If I have ladies in here that like gifts and they do awesome, they get flowers. If somebody else likes quality time, they get a half a day off work. And all these things matter because you start pushing the right buttons. It also shows I'm paying attention to you. It builds a better connection personally and professionally. The people you work with, these are your teammates. You're in the huddle. It's not just about doing the work all day. Find out what do they want to do this year? Figuring out people's love language is the simplest thing ever, but it's the way they like to be rewarded. And you don't think about that. So most people reward in the way they like to be rewarded. So if you like money and somebody does something well, you might give them $100 and think oh my gosh, why aren't you happy I gave you $100? Well, meanwhile, their love language might not be gifts. It might be quality time. It might be words of affirmation. It might be acts of service. So learning someone's love language, I encourage everybody watching this, if they're in business, find out what yours is, find out what your teammates are. So if they like words of affirmation, it's hey, Jackson, great job. Yeah, you might like a gift. You might like $100, but that's the top thing here and there. These are things you learn over time that move the needle for people more. And this is professional coaching telling me hey, it's not just about hitting the 100 million. It's not about closing these loans. Your people need to be served and taken care of in the right way. Everybody on our team has their job, their role and responsibility. They have their love language on a little ID card, like a picture frame. So if Jackson's was words of affirmation, you did something good. I also want the teammates, when they walk by Jackson's desk, to remind that his is words of affirmation. So if you're going to reward him, you don't need to give him, a Nike shirt as a gift. He might like that. Great. But his number one is words of affirmation. So when you reward him, say, Jackson, great job. We appreciate you. You're awesome. That's his one. So if I have ladies in here that like gifts and they do awesome, they get flowers. If somebody else likes quality time, then it's their reward is they get a half a day off work. And all these things matter because you start pushing the right buttons when you figure all this stuff out about others. It also shows I'm paying attention to you. I'm aware I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing for you, and it builds a better connection personally and professionally. But it all just creates a better culture and environment too, because work is tough, man. We all work, people grind. It doesn't matter what type of personality you are, D, an I, an S, or a C. People give a lot of their life in America to their work. And so in the workplace, we got to make it better. We got to make it better. It's got to be sticky. You got to have culture. You got to have nachos. You got to high five. You got to know the love language. You got to make it a place to where people have more than just going to work and a paycheck. There's got to be autonomy. There's got to be mastery. There's got to be a purpose. There's got to be a vision, all these things. But the love language thing is a little undercover secret for business owners and for relationship people to make sure you're doing it right. So a DISC test, D-I-S-C, it's a personality test. So this is something else that you can do and have everybody take one, and it tells you what type of person they are. And based on what type of person they are in their personality test, it tells you what their normal behavior is, what they like and they don't like, and what role and responsibility best fits them. It's the same as the love language test. It's just more about the personality and their skill sets and kind of who they are and what they like and how they're supposed to fit into the whole outline of the team.